This lesson is going to be on units and scale drawings. For our warm-up, we have a map of a park says the scale is 1 to 100. What do you think this means? So we're just going to say that this means that the park is 100 times larger than the map. And since there's no units, it's going to be the units are remaining the same. So if our map has 1 centimeter, that would be equal to 100 centimeters for the real park. If our map is 1 inch, that would be equal to 100 inches for the actual park. Give an example of how the scale could tell us about measurements in the park, and it's the same as what we think it means, that the measurements of the park are 100 times larger than measurements in the map. With this Apollo lunar module, we completed this one in class. We're going to go to the next activity, which is talking about the world's largest flag. So in 2016, Tunisia holds the world record for the largest version of a national flag, almost as long as 4 soccer fields. The flag has a circle in the center, crescent moon inside the circle, and a star inside the crescent moon. Complete the table. So we have the actual dimensions of the flag, and then we have it at a scale of 1 to 2,000. So since it's 1 to 2,000, that means the scale, or the units, are staying the same. So to find what the scale would be, we would do 396 divided by 2,000. 396 divided by 2,000 is 0.198 meters. Now to find the actual, we could do 113.2 times 2,000. So 13.2 times 2,000 gives us 26,400 centimeters. Because since this was in centimeters, the height is going to stay in centimeters. And then to find the height of the new moon, 99 divided by 2,000 would give us 0.0495 meters. So when you have the scale and it doesn't give you units, the units are always staying the same. So meters and meters, centimeters and centimeters, meters and meters. Now if we wanted to compare them, since we have 2 meters, I'm going to change the 26,400 centimeters into meters. So to do that, I have to remember my metric conversion. So we have K for kilo, hecto, hecca, deca. We have our base unit here, which would be meters in this case, then deci, centi, and milli. Since I'm going to centimeters to meters, I move 2 spaces to the left, so I would divide by 100. This would be 264 meters. And when I compare them, 396 meters and 264 meters, that makes sense for them being close to each other. Complete each scale using the scale of 1 to 2,000. So that means the units have to be the same. So for A, since it's centimeters and centimeters, it's going to be 1 times 2,000, which will be 2,000 centimeters. We know that 1 centimeter is equal to 2,000 centimeters, but now we need it in meters. So using my conversion again, KHD, our base unit, DCM. This time, we're going from centimeters to meters again. So since I moved 2 times, I divide by 100, and that would give me 20 meters. For C, we're going from centimeters again, so we still have the 200 centimeters or 2,000 centimeters that we're working with. And now we want to go to kilometers. So now I go back 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So that means that I have to divide now. And when I divide, I get 0.02. So I divided by 100,000. You also could look at it to see how many times you're moving your decimal. So since I moved back 5 times, I moved my decimal 5 times. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Fill in a 0 with the blank space. Now for D, we're changing it. We have 2 meters to some amount of meters. So since it's the same units, let's multiply 2 times 2,000, give me 4,000. 5 centimeters to meters. First, I'm going to convert the 5 centimeters into centimeters. So I multiply by 2,000, give me 10,000 centimeters. Now I'm converting centimeters into meters, so I divide by 100, and I'm left with 100 meters. Now this time we're working backwards, so we're going to have to take 1,000 meters and divide it by 2,000. So 1,000 divided by 2,000 gives me 0.5 meters, but now I need to convert that into centimeters. So this time, since I'm at meters, I'm going to centimeters, I'm moving to the right 2 times, so I'm going to multiply by 100, and that would give me 50 centimeters. And for G, I'm going to do 20 divided by 2,000, and that gives me 0.01 meters. But now you need to convert those meters into millimeters. So I'm at meters, I move 1, 2, 3. So I multiply by 1,000, and I'm left with 10 millimeters. Number 3, what's the area of the large flag? What's the area of the small flag? Area of the large flag is how many times the area of the small flag. So for A, I have to make sure I'm using the same units. So it's 396 meters times 264 meters. So same unit. So I can multiply those numbers, and I'm left with 104,544 meters. Now since I know I want to compare them, I'm going to use meters for the smaller flag as well. So I already have 0.198 meters for the length, but now for the height, I have it as 13.2 centimeters. So if I wanted to convert that, going from centimeters to meters, I move back 2 times. So I'm going to divide by 100, and I'm left with 0.132 meters. And when I multiply that, I have 0.026136 square meters. Area is always in square meters. And now for C, we want to know how many times larger it is. So I'm going to take my actual flag, or the larger flag, which is 104,544, divided by the smaller one, which is 0.026136. So now I do my division. When I divide that, I get 4 million, which makes sense because since we're using a scale of 1 to 2,000, and since area is square units, I would square both of these, and that would get me 1, because 1 squared is 1, and 2,000 times 2,000 gives me 4 million.